No dog should ever be allowed to run out a door. No. She knows. If you do that, you're conditioning the dog to be excited. Absolutely. The door is a point of positive reinforcement. Your dog should know not to do this. If you're just being lazy, not good, not good. Your dog should be trained with all the commands so that you can stop the dog too and train the dog not to do this. Now watch this video with Luna. I'm making sure that she doesn't run out the door. She can't go, oh, I opened the door so you can run out on the street. No, absolutely not. You get your dog in the door frame and just have it sit and get used to sitting in the door frame. That's a huge start. Watch Luna. She knows. This is a barrier right here. It's a point of positive reinforcement. But I've turned it into a barrier, meaning don't go past this point unless I give you permission. She's looking at herself. No. Sit. Tell the dog no. Just stand there like a bump on a log and let the dog drag you through the door, and you wonder why your dog is a jerk on the street. By the way, I have a mini educator on her. I have a Garmin for her, it's being charged, but as far as like general dog training goes, this is the collar of choice. This is awesome. She's on 10. It's lower than a human can feel it. This goes from 10 to 100. Anything below 15, a human can't even feel it. Right, Luna? The Garmin, by the way, the Garmin, I can feel 1. This is an awesome product. I'm not saying the Garmin has a lot of nice things about it. The Garmin Smart Dog does. It has a lot of nice things, but for general dog training, you're not going to be able to beat the mini educator. It's got the blunt stimulation. I'm telling you, you can't feel this collar under 15%. Get your dog in the doorway like this and just stand here. Get the dog used to being calm in the doorway. If your dog's running out the door, try using your leash. Learn how to hold the leash proper. Start giving the dog direction. She's calm. We can walk out right now. Heel. Now do it again, because we're doing this. But every time I go out the door, there's never a time that I would let a dog drag me out the door. There's no way. And I just worked on this with her. We've worked on this before, but we're gonna do it again. Dog training is repetitious. Get success 3 times in a row. If you get success 3 times in a row, the dog's, the uptick's gonna be good. Your dog's body is gonna be responding appropriately. Remember, your dog does not think. It responds, and it responds with conditioned commands like this, or instinctually. When a dog is responding instinctually, no good. They always make the wrong choice. It's a dog. She's not out in the wild. She's living among humans. They must learn to be compliant. It's a human society. It's not empire of the dogs. It isn't. She needs to behave. All dogs should learn this. We have 4 million dying every year, and we have 4 million people getting bit. People just don't want to. They want a dog, but they don't want to do any work. Even though that she's doing a board and train, her mom knows that she still has to work with the dog. This just makes it so much easier. It is. She knows a bunch of stuff going back. She's not doing stupid shit like that. And that's a big thing with dog training. Don't let shit start. You're letting the puppy run out the front door? Yeah, well, it's going to be an adult and it's going to be doing the same shit. You let the puppy jump up on you? Well, it'll be doing that when it's an adult too. And if your dog does that, you need to respond and say, "Don't jump on me, dog." That's another video. Don't let him do that. Put your knee up and say no. Don't let them start doing this shit. Let's do it one more time. Luna, heel. Little Loon. Sit. You're good. She's a good dog. She's cute as shit. Heel. Get to the door, she starts looking around, where's my leg? She settles down so that she can see my leg. Hey, leave the door alone. That's what you want the dog to do, keep an eye on your leg. That's heel. If it's over here, it's not at heel. If it's not paying attention, hey, knock it off, sister. The dog whisperers, they have dogs everywhere, they don't care. Such a mistake. Make sure your dog understands heel. It's ridiculous. 3 over here, 3 over here, 1 out behind you, 1 out in front of you. That's not heel. If you have 5 dogs, they all heel on the right, on the left-hand side, the correct side. I have videos, most dog trainers that are decent can get more than 1 dog to heel on the left-hand side. It's not that big of a deal. Good girl, Luna. Luna, down. No, down. Another reason why I do this is this door has a reflection and sometimes it's a distraction. I want the dogs to get used to that. I don't want them to respond to the reflection. Right, Luna? What a goon. This dog is a little goon. Very smart dog. Like I said the other day, she was using some raw diet as a pillow. But she is. This is a very smart dog. Let her sit. Good girl. Don't get me wrong, I do like the Garmin product. I do. I just wish the Mini Educator had like the app and the conductive plastic contact points, which I talked to Greg from eCollar Technologies. He said they're going to have something like that in 19. So the Micro's coming out, which is 20% smaller, but that's not small enough for me. I have a collar that I Frankenstein out of a sit out of a Mini Educator upstate that it's 50% smaller. It is. I had to get a Dremel tool out and do some things, but it's so much smaller. I want e-collars to, the size of a quarter, or just in the strap itself. That's what I'm sort of working on. No, don't do that. No, sit. If the dog is sniffing, it's not paying attention. Don't let the dog just sniff around. And know this, if your dog is sniffing, that's an indication that your dog does not understand a potty command. If your dog doesn't understand the potty command, it's not going to understand heel, because you just let it sniff around and then it lunges over. It's ridiculous. No, you're not paying attention, sis. She's doing good though. Heel. No, here. She's doing good. Luna, sit. She's fucking cute. Her mannerisms and stuff. I don't know. I like the breed. I've known some other of this breed, but they weren't trained and they were horrible. But that's like any dog is horrible that isn't trained. It's the truth. I don't care what breed it is. These dogs, you walk in, I had a pet service years ago, and I never wanted to deal with them. I always wanted someone else to do it. And so I'd send other people to do it. And then it was like we had, nobody was into it, and then I went over there, it was a hot summer day, and the dogs were litter box trained, they were yappy, they'd bark at you when you went in. They didn't want to do any training, that's for sure. They weren't interested in that. They were interested in getting their dogs some exercise so they could come back and shit in the litter box. It always stuck in my craw. It was like, I'm only doing this for money, you know. Then after that day, that I can't remember what happened, but I had to, you know, it was my deal. So somebody didn't show up or something. I went over there. I'm like, that's it. You know, the cute little dogs with their poo on their paws, jumping up on my bare legs. I was like, that's it. Money is not worth it. It isn't. There's a lot of times I feel that way. Like, you have to deal with somebody or somebody's shit for what? Money? Come on. You know, it's animals. It's animals. You don't want to have to deal with somebody that's just an idiot. It's not the dogs that are the problem. It isn't. It's these. A lot of times these owners are just a mess. They are. They're a mess. They've heard all this shit for years, and you can't tell them anything. They're gonna do it their own way, or they have like this preconceived idea of what, I don't know, a dog is, you know, because they were around a dog as a child that was cool. They think all dogs are supposed to be like that. I don't know. It's ridiculous, but money's never been that much of a, I don't know. I wouldn't do anything for money. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it. I wasn't then. It was just like, it just seemed like good business or something. Like, but like I said, I didn't want to deal with them at all. That the guy and his sister he lived with, it was a fucking weird scene. Nobody could figure it out. Everybody that worked for me was saying, like, what is with those two? Like, they wake up, they lived in Williamsburg, you know, wealthy kids. But they woke up at 2:33 from a night of partying. That's what I was told. I didn't have to deal with them much, but it was just like, you know, when I sent the employee over there, I said, you know what, I would go and talk to the people, right? I'd always make first contact. And then I'd say, okay, you know, when I got the job, I'd go, okay, so-and-so is going to be walking your dog. If there's any changes in this, I'll notify you and you'll meet them too. So then I'd send somebody over that, you know, they'd meet the people and we'd start the job. But you're always saying, yeah, they wake up. One time, this is no shit, they said, yeah, it looked like they were sleeping in the same room together. Oh my God. You know, you gotta draw the line at that, you know. Except if it's my pigeon baby Solar who is having sex with his sister. That's totally cool. They're pigeons. She's hot. She's a great looking bird. You can't blame him for that. He's not really his sister anyway. I mean, to be a sister, they would have to be raised in the same nest. Do they have the same mother and father? Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, biologically, I helped incubate the egg holding it, and Remy took up most of the slack. But I you know, he's my son, you know, his sister's real hot, you know. Am I mad at him? No. If he had a back, I'd slap him on it, you know. Your sister's a real good looking piece of ass, Solar, you know. I don't, but I mean, come on, two human beings? This isn't the Blue Lagoon, it's Williamsburg, Brooklyn. They could have just, like, you know, go hook up with somebody you're not related to, you know? That's what most people do. We're not in Alaska. By the way, Alaska and a small area of California there's like a couple hotbeds of incest in this country, you know? Alaska, because I guess people are out there in the woods and, you know, your sister starts looking good. Oh, fuck. I don't know. I can't imagine, you know. Maybe it's a some kind of tradition that's passed down, you know. Like, I don't know. It seems pretty weird. Luna, sit. That was cute. Did you see that? She took her little paw, wiped her face off like a little cat. Luna, you're pretty cute. Look at her. Luna. Oh yeah, she's just, everything she does is just like super cute. You're a good looking dog, Lone. She's a fast moving little freak. I gotta go work with her on Frisbee. holding it. I need her to hold it real good. And we're teaching her to hold mail. I'm going to be doing a video on that probably next, because she's only limited by size.